we have a quiet little motel, when in fact it has now become known as the scene of the crime.
Do you have a vacancy?
Oh, we have 12 vacancies.
When a mother has to speak the words that condemn her own son, but I couldn't allow them to think that I would commit murder.
The film industry has always been prone to remaking its own films. But are remakes really as bad as people think, or have they actually been good for the industry? This fascination with retelling the same story started at the very beginning. One of the first was La Rosseur from 1896, which was a remake of a short film by the Lumiere brothers called La Rosseur. Due to there being very few regulations in the industry at this time, this film was copied and redistributed all over the world. In 1904, Siegmund Lubin copied shot-for-shot Edwin S. Porter's The Great Train Robbery. Shortly after this, in 1912, strict copyright laws for films were introduced to help prevent complete copies of the original films from being produced, though this did not stop the film industry from producing their remakes. The film industry, especially Hollywood, has also remade films from many countries all over the world, examples of which include A Fistful of Dollars, which is a remake of Yojimbo, The Magnificent Seven, which is a remake of Seven Samurai, and The Departed, which is a remake of Infernal Affairs. By using actors that Western audiences recognise and adjusting the narratives and characters to fit within Western cultures and tropes that were popular at the time, these remakes have been successful and most have been widely loved by Western audiences and audiences from around the world. As of recent, remakes have been becoming more and more popular, with the 2000s becoming the decade with the most. 2005 alone released 19 within that year. Disney is a company who has taken advantage of this, by aiming their remakes at children and feeding off the nostalgia of parents who saw the original animated films when they were younger. They've been slowly making more and more with no sign of stopping. The Lion King and Aladdin remakes, which were both released in 2019, made more than their animated originals. Aside from using remakes to profit from the original films by introducing them to new audiences, a reason for these remakes has been due to a change in film technology. With the introduction of sound came a new way of telling stories on the screen. Due to this and the fact that the Great Depression was happening in America at the same time, studios did not want to gamble their money on new stories when they knew these stories already worked for their audiences. So maybe remakes aren't as bad as people think. Except for maybe the Disney ones.